Hello and welcome to another video for Midas Touch Toys, Games, Collectibles. And today we're looking at something that's not particularly that old. In fact, it's not quite 10 years old yet, but it is based on the action figures from the 1980s. We are looking at the 2015 release by Mattel from their He-Man and the Masters of the Universe classic series of the animated action figures. Now, these were all based on the original television series. Obviously, the television series was originally based on the Mattel action figures, or figures and toy lines from the very early 80s, late 70s and early 80s. And in 1983, there was a television series produced called He-Man and the Master of the Universe, which ran for 2 seasons, and they produced, I think, 130 episodes, which were ran for about 20 to 23 minutes. Originally aired from September 83 to November 85, and obviously then multiple times of reruns. But the series is all based on the action figures, and these action figures are all based on the television series, if that makes any sense. Okay, so what we're looking at today, the 2015 release by Mattel, based on their 1983 series of He-Man and the Master of the Universe. And this particular figure range is for the adult collector. These are the 14 plus up age group. And this particular figure we're looking at today is of Skeletor. Okay, so this is the box it comes in. And it says He-Man and the Master of the Universe, Adult Collector, Skeletor. And you've got the Mattel logo on the bottom right-hand corner. And you can see Skeletor behind the window. Now, we'll have a better look at Skeletor in a moment. But what I want to do now is just turn the box around and let's have a look at what we got printed on the back. Okay, so I've turned the box around, and there you can see you've got a nice image, animated image of Skeletor as he appeared in the television show. And it says He-Man and the Master of the Universe. And you've got MateyCollector.com, where collectors are king. And at the bottom it reads, based on the successful Mattel toy line, the animated He-Man and the Master of the Universe debuted in 1983. And immediately delighted young fans with unique storylines and interpretation of characters that until then had existed only in plastic. Now, many years later, Mattel pays homage to those thrilling episodic adventures with a collectible line of highly detailed and articulated action figures that are true to their animated counterparts by the Power of Grayskull. Okay, so that's the box. I just want to see if there's anything printed on the bottom. So on the bottom of the box, you've got all the warning and copyright information. The CE markings conforms to the safety requirements of the ASTM F963. 2015, Mattel, all rights reserved. Mattel, He-Man, Master of the Universe, and associated trademarks and trade dress are owned by Mattel and delegate US trademark of Mattel, except as noted. Made in China, consumer services, and so on. And at the bottom, contains one figure with accessories, and you've got the barcode, the Mattel logo, and its item number DKC34. Okay, so that's the box. I think what I'm going to do now, so we can have a better look at the figure, I'm going to open the box and take the figure out. I don't know if I can remove him from the plastic, but at least we can have a look at him without being hindered by the box. So I've removed Skeletor from the box. Now he comes attached to this plastic surround, and you've got this beautiful backdrop there, which is from Skeletor's castle. It's got 2015 Mattel rights reserved on the bottom there. Gives you the item number DKC34 at the very bottom of the packet there. But it is a beautiful background of the staircase. And if you wanted to display Skeletor, that's the perfect place to display him. Now, I can't remove Skeletor from the back of this packet because you can see he's all tied on with those plastic bands that you've got to snap to take him off, and that's all holding the entire figure together. So it's a very different design to just the wraparound tags that we used to have that were very easy to open and remove. the figures from, but we can't do that now because everything is tied in. We'd have to break everything to get it out, but we can see Skeletor, and let's just zoom in on Skeletor himself, and there is that wonderful skull type face inside his purple hoodie, and coming down you can see his massive arms with bulging biceps, and you can see the articulation just above his arm there. You've got the articulation there. You've also then got articulation on the elbow, and you've also got it on the hand. So there's 1, 2, 3 points of articulation on each of the arms. The head, which obviously rotates, and you can see that the body sits up. There's an articulation movement in the body there, so not only does it twist, but it raises. The tops of the legs also move up, as you can see the articulation just at the top there. And if we move down a little bit, you can see you've got the articulation on the knee joints and again on the feet. So again, you've got 3 points of articulation on each foot. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, sorry, and 7 and 8 on the lower torso. So the legs downwards, you've got 8 points of articulation, and you've got 3, 6, 7 from the top. So you're looking at 15 points of articulation, which is a massive amount of articulation on these figures. So really good movement. And obviously you can see he's holding his staff with the skull on the top, and he comes with his power sword on the left hand side there. Now let's just get some measurements of Skeletor, because I want to be absolutely sure this is we get the right size. So Skeletor is measuring about 7 inches there. Just take him out and put the ruler to the side. I can get a better view of the size. No, he's not 7 inches. He is 7 inches, yes. So 7 inches tall, or in other words, 18 centimeters. A little, 10 under 18 centimeters. I think, no, actually, it's a bit difficult to measure in there, but I think he is about 18 centimeters tall. And if we measure across, we're looking at 8 centimeters wide, and depth-wise, we are about 4 centimeters deep. So that gives you an idea of the size of Skeletor. And again, as I say, it's a fantastic figure. Really made very well, as all these adult collectible ones are. Really well made. And the accessories are just second to none as well. They're just absolutely fabulous. The detailing is amazing. Even the whole of his body, the detailing of his biceps and everything is just incredible. As is his clothing and his staff and his sword. It's all done exceptionally well. So, beg the point, how well did these figures do back in 2015? And we're talking almost 10 years ago when they came out. And don't forget, these were geared specifically to the adult collector, so not for anyone under 14 years of age. Very limited edition also, and they only run a certain amount of figures that were all based on the animated and the animation, or called the animation series, or the Film Nation series, whatever you like to refer to it as. But it was basically the original characters, how they appeared in the original television series. So, bearing in mind that they were very limited quantities, bearing in mind that they were for the adult collector only, and bearing in mind Mattel aimed these at the people that were, or the adults that were children in the 80s. So, you know, we're talking 32 years on since 1983. So if you were 8 years old in 1983, you'll be in your 40s now when these were released. So you'd have the disposable income to go and buy these figures, because these figures were by no means cheap. Gear for the adult collector with all the detailing and the articulation, they were expensive in comparison to the kids' toys. Okay, so bearing in mind the limited availability and the price wise, they really didn't sell too particularly well. Obviously, Mattel produced X amount of quantities, and they did sell them all, but it's such a low quantity in comparison to the figures that they produce for the children. Having said that, now let's move forward 10 years to 2024, where we are now, or nine years, however many it is. Do these figures come up very often on the platforms? And the answer to that is quite simply no. They do appear from time to time. You do get some of the common ones, as in all the cases, there was more of one figure than there was of the others. I think there was a few common ones that do tend to appear regularly, not regularly, semi-regularly on the platforms. The rare ones hardly ever come up. And when they do, they are priced very highly, and they sell almost immediately that they're put onto the platforms, especially if they're like this one, mint, sealed in the original box. So they don't come up very often. When they do, expensive and sell out very, very quickly. However, we at Midas Touch have managed to find, we've got quite a few of these figures from the entire series, which are all available to purchase on the Midas Touch website, as is this particular Skeletor figure. And you get there by very simply clicking the link below. It will take you straight to the website, and you can be able to purchase this, or view and purchase this item at your will on any other items that we have on the website. There's over 10,000 products currently available on the website for you to view and purchase at your leisure. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button, because we are uploading videos for every new item that goes onto the website. There will be something for everybody, and I'm absolutely positive that you're not going to want to miss this. Not to mention the fact we do have a lot of exclusive figures and items that we only sell on the website and not on any other platforms. So do bear that in mind when you take a look at the website. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button, because we're uploading videos for every new item that goes into the website. There will be something for everybody, and I know you're not going to want to miss that. So that is it for me on this particular item. I do hope you've enjoyed reviewing this marvellous, marvellous Skeletor figure with me. Thank you for watching, and we will see you again next video. So bye for now.